All right, we're on 6.4 and political ideologies. Look at table 6.1 on page 199. It does a great job of telling you the difference between liberals and conservatives. And it has four areas: foreign policy, social policy, economic policy, and crime. And you can see the differences, and you need to know the differences. And I think once you get through this class, you're going to have a really firm understanding of what the differences are. But for the test, you need to make sure that you get this. Military spending and use of force. Liberals think we should spend less and more, have more diplomatic issues, whereas conservatives spend more. And we got to have a strong defense. Social policy: abortion, freedom of choice. The left, okay, and right to life. Prayer in schools: left is opposed. Liberals are opposed. Conservative are supportive. Affirmative action opposed. Favor. Now, this doesn't mean that every conservative opposes affirmative action, or every liberal opposes or is for it, okay, or for pro-life, pro-choice, just for the most part. Economic policy. Here's the big difference, in my opinion, the one that I'm probably, side with the most, one way or the other, but it's economic policy. And liberals believe that the government should regulate things. The government should be in control of most things. They believe in a bigger government and more taxes. Whereas conservatives believe in a smaller government, let the free market enterprise take care of itself, and lower taxes. And by lower taxes, it should stimulate the economy. Okay? Crime: liberals want to have defendants' rights, and we should solve the problems that cause the crime. And conservatives like to stop coddling criminals. We should stop letting criminals get away with stuff. Okay? Now, on the top of page 200, the main thing about that is, in a shocking and Gallup in 2012 poll, it said that people label themselves as 38% conservatives, 36% moderates, and only 23% liberals. Now, that varies in different parts of the country. If the Gallup poll was taken in an urban area, it's probably going to be more. There's going to be more liberals than in a rural area where there'll be more conservatives. All right, that's all you need to know on page 200. Now on page 201, you need to read that column and it's all about the gender gap and the minorities, and it also talks about religiosity. The main thing in the top part of that is that women are not a minority group because they make up 54% of the population, but they have been politically and economically disadvantaged over time, and they are more likely to vote Democrat. All right. Down toward the bottom of that, it talks about religiosity, and that's the degree to which religion is most important in one's life. It would be safe to say that people who religion plays an important part in their lives tend to be more conservative than those who don't. All right. Now, the most liberal group, religious group, is the Jewish people, the Jews. And it says Jews remain by far the most liberal demographic group in the country. And it says in the bottom and down there, and you'll read this and put in your notes, those who identify themselves as born-again Christians are currently the most conservative demographic group. And the people who say they have no religious affiliation, about 15%, are more liberal than conservative. So that's kind of what I said in a nutshell, huh? Now, the last part of 6.4 is the American voter examined how much people rely on ideology to guide their political thinking. And there were four groups that talked about, and this is on the top of 202. And I suggest you just put these things in your notes, and maybe I can give you a better understanding of it in class. But ideologues were 12%, and they connect their opinions and beliefs with broad policy positions taken by parties or candidates. So they look at the party platform. The group benefit voters are 42%. They thought of politics mainly in terms of groups they liked or disliked and what could they get out of it. Do they like this group? Okay, then I'm going to vote for them. If they like this group, then I'm going to vote for them. Okay, Nature of the Times voters is 24%, and are things going well for them? Okay, hey, I've made a lot of money the last 4 years. I'm going to re-elect Obama or President Trump. Okay. So that's the nature of the times. Things are going well for me, so I like what's happening. Things are not going well for me, so I don't. And the last one is the no issue content group, which is about 22%. And they simply voted routinely for a party or judge the candidates solely by their personalities. I like Ted Cruz, so I'm going to vote for him. I like Hillary Clinton, some will vote for her. I like Bernie Sanders, some will vote for him. Okay, this was revisited in 2000, and the ideologues had gone up to 20%. So you could theorize that it had gone up a little. People focusing on what their ideals are, but I think honestly, this book was published in 2012, 13. I think it's gone up a lot since then. Okay, on the bottom of 202, it talks about, is America polarized? Read the last couple of paragraphs. Just read it and add anything that you think is important in your notes. On figure 6.5 on the top of 203, changing attitudes toward gays and lesbians, and it looks like it has improved for all groups and about the same. So look over that. It just shows that the attitudes have improved, and I think that means that they're less judgmental or they're more accepting. That's what it means. Okay, so that's all 6.4.